Okay, this story takes place on the south side of Chicago in the 1960s. These are actually a collection of 3 stories. I don't think I'll have time to read all 3, so I'll just read the first 2. 2 lies and a truth. Mama said that until we tell her the truth about where we were last night, we're going to stay punished. Our arms feel like pizza dough from all the housework she's making us do. We probably should have discussed it before we came home this morning. Maybe we should have devised a plan, or at least got our story straight. Since only one of us told her the truth, she flipped her wig and she has us doing chores until she figured out what really happened. Patricia, sweep the stoop and the sidewalk. I don't want to see any dirt around this building. Thomasina, walk over there to the grocery store on 35th and King and get dinner. It better be ready before I get home from work. Ramona, don't just stand there like you're cute. Get some work done. She said we'll keep working until the cows come home, and that's going to be a long time on the south side of Chicago. Ramona's story. Okay, Mama, I'll tell you what happened, but can you try not to interrupt? Okay, yes, ma'am, I'm sorry. So you know how Thomasina is the only one that has her driver's license? Well, Patricia asked Thomasina to take her to see Aaron before he left for ROTC training. You know Aaron, Mama. He's the dude she's been going steady with. And since she is our little sister, I decided to tag along. I was just looking out for her, and maybe being a little nosy too. It's kind of strange that she would have someone to go steady with and I don't. Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry. I'll stay on track. So she said that she would only need 2 hours with Aaron, so we dropped her off in front of his apartment building. She said his parents would be there. No, ma'am, we didn't check. He doesn't live too far from us. He's in the Robert Taylor homes. So me and Thomasina needed something to do for 2 hours. So we went to Vito and Nick's Pizzeria. Yes, ma'am, the one on 84th Street. We had the car, plus it was Friday night, so everybody was there. We crammed ourselves into the 13 by 11 space. It was gross. It felt like we were on a crowded bus during rush hour, except the greasy pizza joint was actually less greasy than the bus. You don't believe me, Mama? Smell my hair. Smell my hair. It smells just like a Pizza Supreme. No one wanted to leave. No one wanted to leave, so we were stuck there for it seemed like hours. And me and Thomasina had to eat 3 or 4 slices of pizza just so it wouldn't be a total drag. And Mama, you know how I am about my figure. I do too have a figure. I'm gonna be the next Diana Ross. Okay, anyway, while we were at Vito and Nick, some guy invited us to go to a concert at the Regal Theater. I don't know, Mama. He said he worked there. He had 3 extra tickets, so he gave them to us. The Gems were performing. I know we weren't supposed to be out too late, but we thought it would be all right as long as we were home before you got up for work. We went back to Aaron's place to pick up Patricia for the concert, but she wasn't there. No one was there. We pressed almost every buzzer on the north side of the Robert Taylor homes before someone finally spoke over the intercom and said that the Lawrence family had left a few days ago. We left her in front of the building when we dropped her off. We didn't wait for her to go in. I know, Mama, we should have waited. I know that now, but we didn't. We drove around for 30 minutes looking for her. We didn't want the concert tickets to go to waste, so we decided to go to the theater. Mama, the Gems were so hip. I think they're going to be famous one day. The lead singer's name is Minnie Riperton, and she is bad with a capital B. I know you don't listen to that kind of music, but yes, ma'am, I'm sorry. The show was only an hour, so afterwards we came back to look for Patricia. We parked outside the Robert Taylor homes for almost an hour. For all night. Yes, ma'am, we slept in the car. Hang loose, Mama. It wasn't that big of a deal. We're used to the sounds of sirens and women yelling for their husbands to come home. We were safe. We kept the doors locked. Patricia came back the next morning. She said she went to Celeste's house for the night. You always told us, don't come home without your sisters. So we didn't. We were just trying to do as we were told. Patricia's story. Mama, I bet they tried to throw me under the bus. I had absolutely nothing to do with it. It's 4 of us in a 2-bedroom flat, and since 3 of us share a room, you know how easy it is to wake someone up. They were scared I would snitch, so they lied and told me that they were running an errand for you. So of course I wanted to help. You know how much I love you, Mom. Okay, so Mama, you were already asleep. I know that because you had the blues record playing. You always play that record when you're about to go to sleep. Last night was just a regular night on the south side. I was actually watching the leaves fall from the trees right before I went to bed last night. You know fall is my favorite season. Remember that money that went missing from your pocketbook? Well, I think Thomasina took it. She told me she knew what really happened to it, and she had to go to the Regal Theater to get it back. We had to find it. $30 is a lot of money to be losing. I got dressed and went with them. Mama, you should have seen what they were wearing. It was bad, real bad, and not the good kind of bad either. Their clothes were tight and showed off all their goodies. Mom, I think Ramona was wearing a foam dome. You would have been so ashamed. I have no idea where they got those clothes from. What did I wear? Oh, just regular clothes that I wear to school. You know, I'd never been outside that late, but it wasn't that bad. It was a regular fall night in Bronzeville. You could hear the crunch of the leaves against the pavements on women's high-heeled shoes and angry voices of men frustrated with cabbies that passed them by. The jingle of change banging up and down and side to side in a homeless man's coffee cup. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I thought you wanted to know who all was outside with us. Okay, well, when we got to the theater, there was some guy standing there. He wasn't even wearing a shirt, just a red velvet jacket and a gold chain. His name? I forget. It began with a C. As soon as we got out of the car, Thomasina ran up to him and demanded her money back. I think she gave that guy your money, Mama. It was some sort of bet, I think. I don't know. She kept screaming to the guy, I have to put the money back before Mama finds out. Thomasina and Ramona never tell me anything. All I know is that Thomasina and Ramona were hacked off at him, especially when he laughed at their faces. He told them that if they wanted their money back, they had to go inside and work for it. The guy gave me the ticket to see the gems, so I went to the auditorium. I don't know where he took them. The show ran pretty late, so we met outside the Regal Theater at the end of the night. They were boiling hot mad, and that's all I know. But they sure didn't have that money to give back to you, Mama. That's it. Thank you.